Hey guys, so I'm back with another mukbang. So today I'm having me a Chipotle mukbang. I have not had Chipotle in a long time. A long time. Chipotle is my life.
Oh my god, I love Chipotle. Chipotle is my life.
I have me a Chipotle burrito. I have me some nacho cheese sauce over here that I've made myself. I've doctored up a little bit. Then I made some Doritos to go with it. I did have me some guacamole from Chipotle. However, my daughter, I gave her some and she pretty much got obsessed with it. So she ate all of it pretty much. That's all I can say. She ate all my guacamole. My 3-year-old daughter ate all my guacamole. Didn't know she even liked guacamole. Yeah, she ate all my guacamole. But anyways, so the burrito I have has white rice, no beans because I don't really like beans in my tacos or burritos in general. So yeah, white rice, no beans. I have the tomato salsa, and then so how they call it on there. Oh wait, no. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like the tomato pieces and everything. Then I also have the tomato salsa, the red sauce, the green sauce, extra sour cream. No, I just have the green sauce, extra sour cream, chicken, what else is in here? Lettuce and cheese. So when I was giving, and I also have a Bud Light. Rudy Baker was telling me that they wanted to see me drink or have a beer mukbang, and I didn't know if they were saying they wanted to see me just only drink beer, like have different types of beer. And if that's the case, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll just like throw a couple beers together. If that's not what you were saying, then you were saying you just wanted to see me, have a beer with one of my meals, then there you go. But yeah, this is for you, Rudy Baker. But what was I saying? So I had to order. So the first place I tried to order from, the first Chipotle I tried to order from, they were out of sour cream. And I was like, okay, that's weird. So then I went to I ordered from a different location, because I ordered online and then went to go pick up, and then had to pick up. And then they were out of like chips, the red salsa. They were out of a lot of stuff. So I was just realizing that Chipotle is just out of like a lot of different things. So I was like, at least they're not like, one thing I cannot not have when it comes to like burritos or just like homemade tacos is sour cream. I love sour cream. I have to have it in there. So I was like, I'd rather take the L on the red salsa rather than the sour cream. And then I take the L on the they didn't have any chips to go with my guac that I bought, and luckily I had like some bags of chips that I normally have, little bags of chips that I normally have, but my daughter ended up liking the guac anyway, so she ended up eating all the guac. So I was like, I'll just grab a small little bag of chips that I have here and just dip it in the nachos. But anyways, I have my fire sauce here. You know what? Let me just take a bite without anything first. Yeah, I haven't had Chipotle in forever. And then normally when I have Chipotle, it's I normally get the bowl, the salad bowl. I'm not trying to do that much. Mm-hmm. Forgot napkins. Uh-oh. I'm over here like, did my daughter wake up? Mmm. Yeah, that's good. Come on, beer. I'm gonna need you to come through with the burp. I haven't had regular Bud Light in a long time. I wanted Bud Light Lime, but I didn't want to buy like a whole 6-pack because I don't go through beer like that. So I was like, let me just get a because like I like a Bud Light Lime whenever I do Mexican food. But where I was at, they didn't have Bud Light Lime like in singles, and I was like, I'm not about to go to another place. But I got, you know, Bud Light. Mm-hmm. Oh. Mm. This is so good. Mm. Mm. This cheese sauce is doing what it's supposed to do. Wow. Yum. Wow. I have Christmas music in the background playing for y'all. I can, excuse me. I felt that one getting ready to come out of the belly. Excuse me. Excuse me. This is so good. I'm telling you, when I've not had a burrito from Chipotle in a long time. I've had Chipotle. I've had Chipotle in general in a long time. Like, cause I used to always get that. It's probably been like, honestly, 2 to 3 years since I've last had Chipotle. But I've not had burritos from Chipotle longer than that. So it's been a while. So this is good. But yeah, I'm still going crazy over the fact that there was like a shortage on stuff. I'm like, what's going on that there's a shortage? I don't like to see that, especially at like restaurants, fast food restaurants, food places in general, when there's a shortage of food. I'm like, are y'all telling me something that I need to be aware of? Like, should I be like going out and shopping for extra toilet paper? Just kidding, I was never that person that went out and bought extra toilet paper when there was some type of pandemic, but that's the vibes it's giving me. You know, the fact that I went online for 2 different Chipotles, and one was out of sour cream, and the other one was out of one of the salsas, the chips, and the queso. I'm like, I don't know. Looks like something's going on. Like, two Chipotle restaurants are out or something. You know, your antlers, your ears just perk up. You know, makes you wonder. You know, but I hope I'm just like overthinking, because I'm a Libra. I overthink a lot. I really hope I'm just overthinking and like nothing's going on. But if it is, me and my husband literally just went shopping, grocery shopping, and we bought a lot of food. So if anything is going down, we good. This is good. Yum. So yeah, my daughter, like I said before, my daughter's eating my guacamole. My daughter's not a picky eater. She'll let me know like what she doesn't want a lot of, but she's not a picky eater. She'll still eat everything that I put down in front of her. But we did recently find out that she is allergic to eggs that we know of. Because, like, every time we've given it to her, she's throwing them up. Whether it be in, like, sushi, just, whether it be just, like, eggs itself, like scrambled eggs, sushi. Even when we've given her, stir-fried rice that had eggs in it. Oh, each time she, like, throw it up. But yes, other than that, she's not a picky person. She'll let you know, like, what she doesn't want a lot of, but at the end of the day, she still will eat it. Like, when it comes to, like, certain proteins, like chicken, steak, you know, all that, we don't give her pork, because we don't really eat pork, in our family like that. I'll eat bacon, but that's, pretty much it. Oh, and then, like, every now and then I'll eat, like, what's it called? Bratwurst. But that's rare. Like, I had bratwurst on my channel. And that was because I was just, like, randomly craving it. But we don't just keep it in the house. But yeah, so, like, we rarely eat pork. Yeah, so when it comes to protein, like salmon, she loves salmon. Chicken, she likes chicken, just not, you know, and she likes it in moderation. She doesn't like a lot of it. Beef, same, she likes it in moderation. But yeah, like rice, pasta, like anything like pasta wise, or anything that's like what's it called, what's the word, yum. Wow. So pretty much anything that has to do with starch, because she likes pasta, rice, potatoes, anything that's like very starchy, she loves. Like, we could literally just give her white rice and she'll be straight. But don't get me wrong, she loves vegetables too. Loves vegetables. Loves it. I'm so happy she loves vegetables. And then she likes fruit. When she was just starting to eat fruit, like when we were able to give her whole fruit, she would eat all types of fruit. But now, like, she has like her specific types of fruit that she likes. Not that I'm saying she doesn't eat all of the fruit, but if she's hungry, we'll put a fruit in front of her, she'll eat it. But the type of fruit that she'll like want is like bananas. So we keep bananas in front of her. We keep bananas here in the house. We buy, like, I'm not even trying to sit here and like make anyone feel like they're not getting the right bananas, but we buy, like, not even just bananas, but we buy like fruit. Like, we try to make sure we go to a place that provides real fruit. And I'm not even going to get into that. You can take it how you want, but I'll give you an example. A lot of grapes that y'all eat that don't have seeds in it are not real grapes. So I'm just leave it at that. I'm gonna continue to say that we make sure we buy, you know, the fruits that aren't like that are like non-GMO and that aren't like manufactured, like man-made, blown up fruit. So like our bananas are small. Our grapes have seeds. You know, we get watermelon that have seeds because there are seedless watermelon. And a lot of people don't. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's so convenient. Like, you don't have to worry about seeds in your watermelon. No. Yeah, it's convenient because you don't have to pick them out. But there's a lot that comes with, you know, not having seeds in your watermelon. It means, you know, someone did something to make sure those seeds weren't in there. And that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? Anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. My husband don't play about his fruit. He don't play about like a lot of things. Like, my husband don't play about a lot of things when it comes to natural anything, like remedies. He tries to stay away from Western medicine. And I say this because just because he tries to stay away from Western medicine doesn't mean he does not use it if it's really needed. And if he does use it, it's not on himself. Unless it's his last resort. He'll use it on me because I've grown up with Western medicine. I didn't know about all of these natural remedies and all that stuff until I met him. And then obviously our daughter, he'll give her natural remedies until like he realizes that, you know, like where we have to take her to the doctor, and he'll be like, you know what is it that she needs? And the doctor's like this, and then he can't get, you know, a natural remedy for her right away if she needs it right away. Other than that, like, he always is natural through and through, which I love. And I'm not trying to bash anyone that's not natural when it comes to medicine. But my husband does not get sick. I think at all times he's ever been sick, it's been like him and he's only probably been sick like maybe 2 or 3 times, and that was when he was younger. Other than that, he does not get sick. And let me say this right here. I've had coronavirus twice. Once before it was known to be a big thing, before anyone else was before anyone knew it was coronavirus, and he nursed me back to health in 2 days. And then once everyone knew about it, I got it again, and he nursed me back to health in 2 days using natural remedies. Excuse me. The first time I had it, it was took 3 to 4 days because they said it was the flu, and they gave me these big ass horse pills, and it pissed me off because when I found out that I was sick, I didn't know. I was pregnant with my daughter, and this is gonna be just a quick story time because this could have been a really good story time, but I'm just make it real quick, and then in another video I'll make sure I be more detailed. But I thought, I was very sick when I was with my daughter. I never been sick like this. Never had the flu ever in my life. And so I just know I was very, very sick. It felt like I was almost dying. That's what it felt like. I don't want to, actually, I'm not going to use that term. I didn't feel like I was dying. I just, like, you know, when people are like, oh my God, I feel like I'm dying. It was that, like, mentality, but I wasn't really feeling like I was dying. So I felt like I was just like very sick, like I couldn't take care of myself sick. That's the best way to put it. But I didn't feel like I was dying. Like, my breathing was fine. I just felt like I was very weak. I couldn't eat like I wanted to. I was feeling very hot even though I was very cold. Like I was under the blankets, like I was freezing, so I had to be under the blankets, but I was hot as well. Like those were my symptoms, and then my bones were aching. But I didn't really feel like I was dying. I just felt like I was like really sick. So I was just like, yo, like what the heck is going on? And then I was pregnant too, so I was just like, I don't know what this is. So I went to the doctors, and I went to the doctors in a area that I will never go to the doctors, to the emergency room again, because the emergency room was packed. And you know what? It was probably packed because everyone at that moment probably had coronavirus, and no one knew about it yet. No one knew that was what it was, coronavirus. So I think that's the reason why it was packed. This is like November, December of 2019. Or excuse me, not 2019. What year was this? I'm not sure. But yeah, I was in the emergency room. It took them so long to even get me like my information. They got me in, when they finally got me in like the triage, to where like they got my weight and my excuse me, they got my weight, they got they stuck this long ass thing up my nose. This is, like I said, this is before coronavirus is a thing. That long ass piece of my nose, I was like, what is this? They were like, we're gonna test and see if you have the flu. So this long thing that they test you with for coronavirus now was the same thing that they tested me for the flu with. Stuck it all the way up, and I was just like, I feel like I felt it in my brain. And I put it on, I made sure I put it on my paper, like my information. I let them, because they asked you, like, are you pregnant? Do you know if you're pregnant? How far along? And I put all the information. They did all that testing and stuff. They were like, okay, we'll call you back when we're done. Sent me back out into the waiting room. And then all of a sudden they send back a group. I was out there for a long time. Then they send back a group of like 10, 15 people into another waiting room of just those amount of people. And when I tell you, I was like, I'm so over this, because there was a girl in there, like she was about 3 seats down, and her hand was cut open, and all they did was like bandage it up real quick and just had her sit and wait till she got to see a doctor. Like, she was bleeding out her bandage, and like blood was dripping to the ground. And I was just like, you know, who am I? I'm not bleeding out. I'm not showing any scars or anything like that. I'm like, who am I to just sit here and wait? And this girl clearly was before me, and she still has not gone. So I'm pregnant. I'm like 34 weeks pregnant at this point. And I'm like, I'm leaving. I'm tired. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to continue to sit here. My back was hurting. Like, I'm still sick. I'm coughing. I'm like, no, I'm leaving. So I left. Probably like 45 minutes pass. And they ask you on the piece of paper when you sign in, they ask you for 2, what's it called? Like people who they can call on, emergency contacts, 2 emergency contacts. And I put down my husband, and then I put down my sister. So they had hour had passed. I'm back home. Laying in the bed, because I'm like, you know, F this. Like, I'm not about to sit in this room, and I've been waiting for hours, like almost 4 hours. Are you kidding me? So they called my husband first. My husband is at work. He can't pick up his phone all the time. He works night shift. And then they called the second emergency contact, which is my sister, one of my sisters. And so I guess my sister had picked up. And they made it very concerning that I needed to come back to the hospital. So my sister called me. I was sleeping. So my sister had called me. I like woke up a little, saw it, and I was just like, you know, if it's an emergency, she'll text me or she'll call me again. So I went back to sleep. She called me again. I was just like so tired. I was like, oh my God, I was like, she just leave me a voicemail. So she left me a voicemail. So I was just like, something told me, just pick up the voicemail, pick up the phone, listen to the voicemail. And the voicemail's like, Rachel, I just got off the phone with the hospital. They say you need to go back to the hospital immediately. It's an emergency. You need to go back. So I call her and I'm like, what do you mean? What's going on? And she's like, they won't tell me. They said you just need to come back immediately. So I come back to the hospital because I'm just like, I'm pregnant. I don't want anything to be wrong with my daughter. And then I call my husband and I'm like, you need to leave work right now. Like, they said it's an emergency and I need to come back now. So he ends up getting off. Luckily, like, his job was close to where the hospital was at, and then where we lived was close to where the hospital was at. So go back to the hospital. I come back in by myself because my husband isn't off yet. He's trying to talk to his manager at this point. And I'm like, hey, I was just here. They told me that I need to come back. They're like, what's your name? I was like, Rachel. And they're okay. Take a seat in the waiting room. I'm like,
what?
This ain't mathing. Because y'all were so concerned that y'all called both of my emergency contacts for me to come back, and now you're telling me to wait in the wait room. If it was such an emergency, you should have been like, please come through the double doors right now. Like, press that little button that y'all have to let someone come through the doors so I can figure out, so y'all can tell me what's going on. No, I had to sit in the wait room, and I was in there for about 30 minutes to an hour. I'm like, I'm over here like before I even sat down, I was like, they told me it was very concerning matter. Like, I literally just came back. Like, they made it seem like I really, really, really needed to be here. And he was like, okay, no, I understand, ma'am. Like, please sit down. So I sit down, you know, I'm waiting, pissed off. My husband ends up coming. We're still waiting. We're waiting. And I was like, babe, like, look, because I'm ready to go. At this point, like, you didn't get off work, and I'm ready to go. Like, I'm tired, and I don't feel good. And he was like, hold on, like, and he went up there, and he was like, hey, like, you know, we need to make some shit shake. Like, what's going on? Like, she came back up here type thing. And so, like, that put some fire under their ass, and then, like, got someone out. And then they were like, Rachel. And then we got called back. So we went back there, went in a room. And they were like, you have the flu. I've never had the flu in my life. Never. Ever had the flu. And I've never had the flu shot. So they were like, you have the flu. And I was like, okay. And they were like, okay, so what we need you to do is we're going to put you on this medicine, and we need you to go get it, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, and the pills, they might be a little hard to swallow. They're like this big. So, like, you know how people make those jokes, how they're like horse pills. And I was just like, okay. And then I was like, this is going to be fine for my baby, right? And she goes, baby? And I go, yeah, I'm pregnant. And she goes, oh, I didn't know you were pregnant. At that point, I was so damn irritated. Like, beyond irritated. And I looked at my husband, and my husband was like, yeah, she's very pregnant. Granted, I'm wearing like baggy clothes and everything, but remember when I told y'all I wrote down on the paper in the beginning, they ask you like, Are you pregnant? Do you think you could possibly be pregnant? When was your last period? Like all those questions that they normally ask people, especially like women. And I was like, my husband was looking, and she was, and we look at the nurse, or no, excuse me, the doctor, because this wasn't a nurse. We looked at the doctor, and the doctor's like, it should be fine. Hold on, let me check. I looked at my husband, like I'm itching right now because I'm so irritated at the conversation that I had. I looked at my husband, and then he just like, my husband gets so fucking angry when it comes to certain situations, and he was looking like he was about to like explode on this lady. So I was just like, okay, yes, like I just spoke up real quick. I was like, please, like let me know, like let us know if it's okay for me to take and I'm pregnant. So she leaves out and comes back in like maybe 20 minutes later. She's like, yeah, it's fine. You can still take the pill. Y'all, I'm irritated still. We were just like, at this point, we were so tired. We were just like, okay. We're like, please, can we leave at this point? Like, we're like, can we go? Are we good? She was like, yep, everything else is fine. You just need to take these pills. I can't remember if she said, I think it was just one a day or something like that. But we had to go get the pills. So, me still being concerned, I was like, cool, I've never had the flu before. So, cool, let's go get these damn pills. We went and got them the next day from like Walmart, I think it was, from their pharmacy. And, because that was the closest pharmacy to us at that time. And went to go get the pills. And when I tell you these pills, if I can remember the color, I know it was yellow and either blue or yellow and purple. They were big. They were those pills that were like plastic caps, and like the solution or the medicine was like chopped up inside of them, and it was the plastic, like the big pills. And I remember telling my husband, like, I don't feel comfortable taking this. I was like, I don't feel comfortable. I was like, but I mean, if I have the flu, I should just take it. If, the doctor said, take the pill. So I should just take the pill, right? But I felt so uncomfortable. And I remember I took one pill. And, I just took the one pill, and I, went through the day doing my regular business. And just something in my body and in my soul told me, do not take any more of these pills, because it just did not sit right with me that the doctor did not know whether a pregnant woman should be able to take these pills. The way she was just questioning everything, and she was just unaware, it didn't resonate with me. It didn't sit right with my soul. So I just was like, you know what? I took that one, and that's it. And then that's when my husband like jumped on it. He was like, cool, it's fine. I already know what to give you anyways. He just wanted to make sure I got, a better understanding of what it was that my body was going through, and what, he just wanted the diagnosis. And once he knew what it was, my husband is a Google expert, on top of just already being like a very knowledgeable person when it comes to a lot of things. So he was just like, fine, you don't feel comfortable taking it? Cool. So this is what we about to do. He bought me elderberry. He bought sea moss. He bought natural honey. He had bought some ginger root, like ginger root, not just ginger that, fermented ginger that everyone buys to get with like the sushi. Ginger root. Like, he bought all these natural products. And when I tell you, after the hospital visit, 2 days later, I was perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. So when it comes to natural remedies and my husband, because he does not get sick. When I tell you he does not get sick, he might get a sniffle here and there, and it does not last long at all. And when I say a sniffle, it's a like clear your, like blow your nose type sniffle. It does not last long. But when I tell you, my husband knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to some natural freaking remedies. This whole household will be fine in like 3 to 4 days. Even with my daughter, she's still young, so she doesn't understand, like, oh, I gotta eat a spoonful of honey, or not, natural honey, or drink down some natural ginger root tea, or just natural ginger tea. She doesn't understand that, and she doesn't like it because ginger root in general is strong, and natural ginger root tea is very strong. So like having her having to drink it down, she's not a big fan. However, she feels a lot better. So anyways, I did a lot of talking. I am going to end it here because I didn't know I was gonna have like a very big story time. I'm so sorry that this lasted so long. I'm so sorry. I hope you enjoyed my story. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell down below so you know when I post new videos. And until next time, as always,